Hello hikers, welcome to African Hiker. I'm Anita and I make videos about various hiking trails in Africa. We are in Rwanda, climbing Rwanda's highest peak, Mount Karisimbi. It is a volcano standing at 4,507 meters above sea level. Mount Karisimbi is located in Volcanoes National Park in the northern province of Rwanda. It is the tallest of 8 volcanoes making up the Virunga mountain range. Majority of the people here that morning were doing gorilla trekking or golden monkey trekking. There was a handful of people hiking Basoke and I was the only one hiking Mount Karisimbi.
So are you ready to go there?
Yes.
To the top?
David said that, Daniel said that's my mountain there.
Yes, that one.
That's one with the crowd on the top. So
Yes.
there's a town on the top.
Yeah.
After meeting my guide Rukundo, I submitted my permit, COVID test and a copy of my passport to the office. I also hired a pair of gaiters. Mine were a casualty of a previous hike in the Drakensberg, so I've just been without ever since. But I'm so glad I hired a pair for this hike. Look how muddy I was. And this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
You said
this
it's
is the
not even
beginning.
bad yet. One important thing to note if you are doing this hike independently is that you will have to drive yourself and the guide to the start of the trail. When you book with a tour company, they sort out the transport for this section. We then hiked through a small village to get to the forest wall. We met up with our porters and waited for the park rangers that would be accompanying us for the hike. I must say, it felt a bit weird having such a big group of people all there for just me. Yeah, only me. Is there malaria here?
What?
Malaria.
No.
Okay.
They don't.
Good, because I don't take malaria tablets. Hiking Mount Karisimbi takes 2 days. On the first day, we hiked 8 kilometers and had an elevation gain of 1,006 meters. Let me put that on a graph. Almost every step was uphill. And to make matters worse, it was muddy, like muddy like you would not even believe. Every step I had to like pull my foot out of mud, like, oh, it was exhausting. Oh gosh. Ah. I hate mud.
That's mad. You have to be familiar with the mud.
Oh, I hate it. The ground is soaked, everything is wet, but this is a rainforest. I would just like to take a moment to apologize to you for calling places like Mpumalanga and the Amatola rainforests. As a Southern African woman, I had no cooking clue what an actual rainforest was. Like nothing. No, none of us know. If you've never been like out there, you don't know. Hiking in Volcanoes National Park has been one of the best experiences of my life. I was in complete awe of how big all the trees were. Hiking through the forest, we were surrounded by rich greenery and at the same time had so much space. We were just tiny little creatures plodding along. Volcanoes National Park is said to be the oldest national park in Africa. It is just 160 square kilometers, the smallest park in Rwanda, and yet it is home to 5 volcanoes. The park was created to protect gorillas from poachers. It was a small area bounded by Karisimbi, Basoke, and Mikeno. Since then, the park has grown, along with the gorilla population. The Rwandan government has further plans to expand Volcanoes National Park. For months before coming here, I was hoping that I would be lucky and stumble upon some silverback gorillas. I decided that I would make my own luck, just in case, and I took 2 gorillas up the mountain with me. Everyone found it so hilarious when I would take pictures of my gorillas. And my poor guide, every time he would point something out, I'd be like, is it a gorilla? Is it a gorilla? It was never a gorilla. But I did see a lot of wildlife. We saw birds that I'd never seen before, buffaloes, chameleon, bushbuck, duiker. By the way, duiker here is huge, not the little bokkie we have in South Africa. I haven't seen a gorilla, but that's gorilla poop. Covered in mud again. By the time we stopped for lunch, I was exhausted. From this opening, you get your first glimpse of Mount Karisimbi. But she is behind the clouds right now. And now it's raining. And it's hard to breathe. I was so grateful to be walking on this flat, firmer ground. However, it didn't last long. Back into the forest we went, and 100% got the gorillas in the mist vibe.
Congratulations.
Made it.
You made it to the campsite.
3,599.
3,599.
But over there, I'm sure it's 3,500.
Yes, of course.
No, 3,600.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the campsite. Oh, whoopsie. And this is the hut. My housey. So I sleep in here. Oh wow.
Okay.
When it comes to layers, it is safe to say I have packed too much. I have this jacket from Decathlon, which is amazing. I love it. A fleece. Another fleece. And another fleece. I've just taken off my shirt that I was hiking in. It's all wet and sweaty. And these are all my warm clothes. In here I've got like my down jackets, thermals, bloody blah. But I'm still covered in mud at the bottom, and I don't bring like a change of shoes, so I'll just keep these on until bedtime. And yeah, I'm actually quite toasty, but it's gonna get colder. It's only 3:30. Oh, you can't really see, but I'm so proud of my backpack. This bag had every single thing that I needed for an overnight hike. So I've got a tent in here, a sleeping bag. Where am I sleeping bag? I'll show you later. I got that into a 6-liter dry bag. There's my tent down there. This thing, mattress, everything, and that, and that, and our little friends. Let's go to the toilet. Okay, joyful. The next morning, we had to wait for the fog to lift before we could hike to the summit. Wow. So Uganda, you can see it all the way there. And Congo, you can see it there.
This Congo. So the city you are seeing there is Congo. Ruchuro, Mangabo.
And that's Bisoke. And we started somewhere there. And what's that volcano?
Is Sabjinya. The next one is Sabjinya.
And then?
Gahinga. The next one is Muhabura.
Which is in Uganda.
Yes, and even the highest peak is in Rwanda. So we share with Uganda.
Day 2 is 13 kilometers. This was the toughest hiking day of my life. From camp to the top of Mount Karisimbi was 1.5 kilometers. And there was an elevation gain of 881 meters. Remember that graph from earlier? This is worse. It took me 3 hours to hike 1.5 kilometers. And to add salt to the wound, this is all happening at 4,000 meters above sea level. My southern lungs could not. I struggled physically and mentally. The mental struggle was new for me since I have the utmost confidence in my hiking abilities. Never before has a mountain made me doubt if I could summit it. Panic, fear, confusion, sadness. I didn't know what this meant or what to do with it. I told myself, you better not start crying. My porter helped me so much when I was in the pits. I was walking slower and slower, with my steps becoming less determined. And instead of him walking ahead and just waiting for me to catch up, he came back to me, held my hand, and walked with me. I don't know if I would have been successful without him, without his support. Puchoro, puchoro.
In French we say petit à petit.
Petita, petita. I'm tired of this hike.
So now it's very hot here. Yes, we start the rock section. After the rock section, we go to the side, and that's from the side. It can take 20 minutes. And from the stock here, the stone here, to where there's a sand.
Oh, sand.
Yes, when we be to the sand, it will take us also 20 minutes. So from here to the sand, it can take 20, and from sand to the top, it can take 30. It will be total in 40 minutes. From now, yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh,
yeah, it's so cold.
So cold.
Oh, on your beard. Here, look at you.
Oh my God.
Even on your eyelashes.
I didn't see that. Congratulations! N'igice zirageze. Congratulations! Oh, at 11:25. So you made it. So give me your phone. I take your picture, showing that you are here. Oh, congratulations! Mountain Karisimbi. How can you tell? The highest peak in Rwanda, elevation 4507 meters of altitude. So you can see Anita here. You can see. So you go to the country. There is a place where you can stay. Let's see. Yeah.
A place where?
We are going to where there is no coldness. So you go in a container. We go inside and you take the heat inside. Ah, congratulations!
Thank you.
Sorry, you made it. It's very hot here now.
It's not hot.
It's very hot compared to the other days. So let's go to the container so you can get the heat there. But congratulations, you made it. So most of the people they fail, but for you made it. So congratulations, Anita. Eh? Yes. You enter past by. This is one place where I can get the heat because outside is very hot, very hot. Congratulations, Anita, I made it. Wow, congs. So you can write the name and time. Wow.
Don't have a marker.
Let me. Can I close?
Yeah. This is the first time a mountain has brought me to tears upon reaching its peak. The mood on the descent was light, relieved, happy and humbled. Mount Karisimbi was kind to me. My guide told me that we had great weather. The mud was a struggle for me, and he said that it is usually muddier. When it was drizzling, he said, "We're so lucky it's not raining." And when I was freezing, trying to make my way to the top, his comments were all about how it is not as cold as normal. So even with all these leniences, Karisimbi still showed me flames. And you know what makes this experience even more humbling? Is that the mountain itself is pretty much unknown. Karisimbi is not a big mountain that one would expect to have a nerve-wracking, soul-shaking experience on. Mount Karisimbi will always be a very special hike to me, and one that I encourage you to do, especially if you have not hiked outside of Southern Africa. I think it was a good introduction to East African mountains. Obviously, since this is only my second one, I am no expert yet. In fact, my entire Rwanda trip was nothing short of amazing. You can check out my Rwanda playlist here. I pretty much explored the whole country. Thank you so much for watching. Miringwe turongera. Look, I have a little baby. Hi. Say hi. This one was born when I was in Lesotho. No, you weren't born there. That's when your egg was laid and your mommy was hiding. And I was so worried because I didn't know where your mommy was. Peppa, you were hiding with the babies. And yeah, so now I came home to eggs and then chickies. Cutie. Huh?